Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. Joint training during Castaway 21.1 brought together U.S. Marines from 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force and U.S. Army Special Forces soldiers from ODA 1121 to rehearse expeditionary operations across remote islands in Japan. Conducted primarily on Ishima, the exercise focused on rapid deployment, joint integration, and sustained operations in austere environments where permanent infrastructure is limited or absent. Castaway 21.1 reflected the growing importance of island-based operations in modern military planning. Remote islands present both opportunities and challenges, offering strategic positions while demanding flexible logistics and small unit adaptability. Marine aircraft inserted personnel and equipment onto isolated terrain, demonstrating how air mobility enables rapid force projection across wide maritime spaces. These insertions were followed by immediate ground actions to secure landing zones and potential airfield sites. Establishing control of airfields is critical during expeditionary operations, as they allow follow-on forces, sustainment, and evacuation when required. ODA 1121, a 12-person U.S. Army Special Forces team, took the lead in airfield security during the exercise, leveraging motorcycles and all-terrain vehicles to stay mobile and react to threats in real time. These lightweight platforms allowed Special Forces team members to move quickly across runways, taxiways, and surrounding terrain, conducting perimeter patrols and rapid response drills. Motorcycles and ATVs provided speed, agility, and a low logistical footprint, making them ideal for securing dispersed airfield areas where heavier vehicles might be impractical or too visible. On the ground, Marines focused on building expeditionary infrastructure to support sustained operations. Logistics training was deliberately challenging. Supplies were limited, forcing units to prioritize essentials and adapt to changing conditions. These drills highlighted the importance of discipline and innovation when supporting forces far from established bases or ports. Heavy-lift helicopters serve a vital and irreplaceable function within the U.S. military. While they may lack the speed of fighter jets or the cargo capacity of large transport planes, their unique ability to take off and land vertically and hover in place makes them indispensable in a variety of operations. Among the most prominent of these aircraft is the CH-53. First introduced as the CH-53A in the early 1960s, it proved its worth during the Vietnam War. The helicopter was capable of transporting up to 38 fully equipped troops, carrying 8,000 pounds of internal cargo, or lifting 13,000 pounds externally via a single-point sling hook. The U.S. military felt the urge to lift additional weight, so they decided to develop an enhanced variant, the CH-53 DC Stallion. It featured improved engines, transmission, and a revised interior to carry up to 55 soldiers at a time. This helicopter was so powerful that it could take off with a maximum weight of 42,000 pounds. However, with an increment in logistical operations, the U.S. military decided to develop a new variant, the CH-53E, which ultimately increased its power and capacity to lift heavy cargo. It was capable of transporting up to 30,000 pounds of cargo internally and up to 36,000 pounds of slung loads externally. On the 22nd of September 2023, the Marines showcased the CH-53E's heavy lift capability by lifting a joint tactical vehicle and an M777 howitzer during the Miramar Air Show in San Diego. The recent decades have shown a marked increase in the use of heavy lift helicopters, particularly due to their payload, range, and performance. This increase in demand prompted the U.S. Marine Corps to develop the Sikorsky CH-53K King Stallion. Featuring new engines, composite rotor blades, and a wider cabin to replace its heavy-lift workhorse CH-53E.
The aircraft understands how to keep itself stable. So for example, when you're in a hover in this aircraft, you can basically auto-couple the aircraft to a point in space, laterally and in elevation as well, and literally fly it, simply telling it to go up, down, left, right, in feet increments, rather than when I'm flying the 53E, literally sweating, trying to use my feet, my hands, everything at the same time to keep the aircraft in one spot.
CH-53K King Stallion is a next-generation heavy-lift helicopter developed by Sikorsky Aircraft, a Lockheed Martin company. The United States Marine Corps, USMC, is acquiring it to replace the aging CH-53E Super Stallion and plans to procure 200 CH-53K helicopters at a total cost of $25 billion. The ground test vehicle testing for the CH-53K began in April 2014, whereas the testing began with the maiden flight on 27 October 2015. The Marine Corps received the first CH-53K in May 2018, and it has recently passed the initial operational capability. The CH-53K has undergone several performance tests in more than 1,200 test flight hours. Before every flight, the crew performs pre-flight checks on the helicopter to ensure everything works perfectly. The exterior is inspected thoroughly. The fuselage is examined for leakage, and all the electronic systems are checked by the pilot before takeoff. Once pre-flight inspection is completed, the crew takes off and advances toward the mission location. In addition to external lift capabilities, the CH-53K features an internal cargo bay, which is 30 feet long and 9 feet wide, and can carry 35,000 pounds of cargo, such as 463 liters pallets, Humvees, and 30 fully equipped soldiers. In addition, the cargo bay facilitates the loading and unloading of cargo without reconfiguring and removing troop seating. The loading and unloading operations are conducted via the rear ramp. In 2020, the CH-53K successfully conducted an air-to-air refueling test over the Chesapeake Bay with the help of a U.S. Marine Corps KC-130J Super Hercules aerial tanker. The CH-53K repeatedly demonstrated its ability to capture and plug the drogue at increased closure rates, irrespective of the turbulence and the force on the refueling probe. The successful air-to-air refueling test ensures that the CH-53K is capable of carrying more Marines, cargo, and equipment over longer ranges and in more challenging environments than any other helicopter in the world. Over the years, the United States Navy has used several helicopters. But when it comes to an amphibious assault scenario, the CH-53K has outperformed its predecessors. The powerful engines and lifting capabilities of CH-53K allow the Marines to transport 36 fully equipped Marines from ships to shore directly on the battlefield. Moreover, the CH-53K can also extract the troops and equipment from the battlefield and bring them back onto the ship. The CH-53K King Stallion does not come with integrated weapon systems. U.S. Marine crews commonly equip the aircraft with GAU 2150 caliber machine guns, mounted on both the left and right side doors, as well as the rear cargo ramp. To fire machine guns at targets, the maneuverability of the helicopter must be very precise. This is where CH-53K really changes the game. It has an advanced fly-by-wire technology that provides optionally piloted capability and autonomy. It reduces pilot workload and minimizes exposure to threats and danger, particularly during complex missions or challenging aircraft maneuvers. This allows the pilot to manage and lead the mission rather than solely focusing on flying the helicopter. The CH-53K has an impressive external lift capacity. It features 2 hooks rated at 25,000 pounds each. The maximum takeoff weight of this helicopter with an external load is 88,000 pounds, which allows the U.S. Marines to transport troops, weaponry, and heavy vehicles from one place to another. Castaway 21.1 and the introduction of the CH-53K King Stallion together highlight how the U.S. Marine Corps prepares for the realities of modern expeditionary warfare. Joint training between 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force Marines and ODA 1121 soldiers proved that small, integrated teams can secure airfields, sustain forces, and operate effectively across remote island chains under demanding conditions. At the same time, the CH-53K demonstrated how next-generation heavy-lift aviation enables those operations by moving troops, equipment, and critical supplies where no ports or runways exist. From joint airfield security and logistics to advanced aviation support, these capabilities ensure U.S. forces remain flexible, resilient, and ready to project power wherever future missions may demand. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.